So starting with the topic, actually, what, what which we are going to cover, just to make it clear for the coming steps. We are going to do some of the activities to help us with dump all the necessary resources. We'll be able to debug also. But first of all, we're going to go beyond recognizing the sessions users who use the computer, the list of the logged users to the computer, and based on those sessions, we will try to investigate the recently used resources, files, applications, whatever, the history of the browsed web content, and so on. So let's dig in. To do so, actually, mainly we are going to explore some of the commands, which are actually command-based, or yes, from the MS-DOS or the PowerShell that they run on both, whatever. So first of all, actually, I'm using two different machines. I'm using the current machine, and I'm using the virtual one. The current machine, you know that here in campus we are having a restricted some controlled security measurements that they are actually controlling our behavior. We see the limitations and how to pass each step by step. So first of all, who is the user of this computer? We need actually an ID, an identifier of the user, because the track key is a little bit in deep. We are not going to see the current, the history, the recent. In this Windows 10, actually, I type the command recent or whatever. In Windows 10, here it is, whether here or there. So I'm gonna type the recent. I'm gonna type the recent command. So the recent here, actually it is an XP feature, but even though we try to explore it here graphically, but we're not reach actually any fruitful when you talk about the investigation and data acquisition forensics level. So we not have fruitful knowledge for us. It's not the purpose. It's not the aim behind of our guide. Uh, let's dig in, starting by exploring who is the user, of the user, the session of the user you are in. So I'm gonna run the CMD as normal user. Okay, CMD first of all. I'm gonna try to see who am I. Who am I? Okay. Who am I? I'm Murad. I'm gonna just use the same command but with a switch user. Switch user. The information is a little bit different, so we have the name and they have the session ID. This is the needed. Yeah, the session ID here. The full session, we find it inside the registry later on, and we'll use to explore. So this is the first result. This is the first key to continue our investigation. Um, Great. So this is actually using the who am I command. There is actually the Windows actually management interface, which is a console that helps us to explore the let's say the commands responsible to interact with the system level through the system interface. This is an interface that helps us to let's say interact with the system. Um, I'm gonna just go step by step in order to see the outcome. Actually, it is just one command we are going to explore at the end of the day. As we can see, WMIC is an account, and we are going to see the fields to display. I'm going to say here, I'm going to cancel the process. I'll keep it actually running this one first of all, and I'm going to call the CMD again. I'm going to execute my command to explore for the purpose of exploring the user session, the session actually of the user I'm using now, the user account. In addition to that, it will give me all the sessions registered and has logged into this computer. So user, and I'm gonna see their names, and I'll see let's say their session, and also I'm gonna see their domain to which they belong. see. Yeah, so here actually it will maintain actually this is the second interface, and as you see we are not getting a result. Thus I'm gonna just open a third CMD, but as an administrator. I'm gonna elevate the right, so I'm gonna open it as an admin, my password. So yes, okay, here I'm administrator. So I'm gonna say the seed. Yes, okay. Then the name, the domain. Okay, here it is. The domain, yes. The name, yes, and the seed. Okay, we get all the we have 5 sessions. We have 5 sessions actually. They are actually registered in this computer. So we have actually a history of 5 users: the admin, the administrator, amministratore, BASI, guest. Those are users that are actually registered in this computer. The credentials and the history, not credentials only, the history, and we are going to acquire all the knowledge regarding any user of those if needed. For example, we are suspecting that the BASI has did something, so the session of this BASI is the following. So for example, I'm saying only. So how to investigate what this BASI did, what are the software he visited, what are the recent files he visited, what is the history of his web browsing, and so on, is based on this session. Okay, great. So this way, actually, we are able to enlist the list of the let's say logged to the computer, logged sessions to this computer. This is a session. This is a session registered in this computer, but does not mean that really this BASI has access. But this account has been opened. The account is logged or has logged into this computer. No more. So I complete this the practice actually the second task in the other session. But before that, yes, here it is. Here it is. Here, there is another process, because in this computer I'm just running a standalone computer. We might have actually to execute the thing from a central device like a server, and we would have hundreds of entries, hundreds of sessions. So how to search for a specific session within the let's say the list of the hundreds of these sessions, the entries. It would be a little bit difficult for a human being, or it might actually cause a missing. So to facilitate the thing, there is actually a query that we may pass, via which we search by let's say by ID or by field. Okay, so WMIC, I'm going to search again the same thing. I'm going to type the same command, user user account. I'm going to say here actually I'm going to just put the clause, which is the clause of search. I'm going to search for the thing with the sysID, for example, or the user ID. Let me search for by name first. So by name, in between double quotations, I'm going to type the name I need. Even a single quotation better to avoid any issues. I'm going to search for BASI, for the BASI if he is available. Get, let's say, his ID. Okay, here is it. It is the same. It is the same available here. Yes. The point here is that actually, if I'm going to search for his name, it is not case sensitive. It means I can type the following. See what I'm typing now. I'm typing BASI. Actually, first 3 they are capital, the other is small, so it will give me the result also. So it's not case sensitive. So it will sort with a smaller capital to give you the result. Great. So this way, actually, we are able to extract the credentials of who logged to this computer, and based on those sessions, we will see the history now, and we'll investigate what are the software. First of all, actually, let's go beyond. Task number 2. We are required to load the hive, the full history. What this, let's say this Murad here, or the best yards we will explore right now, this best yard, whatever. What the history actually? What is the history of his experience inside the computer, inside the environment? What are the software he visited, he installed, the system version he has, the history of his web browsing. We can investigate and extract all. But this isn't deep. This is from the. It would be actually from the registry only. Great. So from this level, I'm gonna just call the registry. Sorry. Do I get it? Yes. Here it is. I'm gonna close because I have an open session. I'm gonna reopen it again. Great. So here, I'm gonna start from the beginning. I'm gonna start from scratch. Great. So the local machine here, the local machine is the one for the this here, this entry here, this hive here, is the user account for the one which we extracted using the who am I slash user. This session here. It's for this session here. For this session here. Yeah, this is the local machine now. It's the active one because it's the active one. This is for that session only. And that session also we'll find it. We have to find it actually somewhere here inside the users, inside the record, the logged users here. The logged users here we have them available here. So it would be 640, 6482. This is the one. This is the one. So this is the recorded user session. It is S1521. This is the one. This is the one. All of them related, but even though. So yes, I'm going to explore it through this main the main entry here. Yeah, so it's not the Pepsi. The Pepsi actually, it's not because I'm just to be in the order and the norms. Investigation. Do not expect that from the cases that we have to consider and the investigators have to consider is that they will not find a runner registry to read its values. It's not the point. They will not find one of the cases that they will extract data, and the data they will analyze it in another computer. So we know that this is the session, which is this session already. But this one, this hive here, we'll find it in a running computer. This hive, the H key for the local machine, we'll find it in a running computer registry. In a running computer. Okay. In a non-running computer, what should we use? We should use this session here, this entry, because inside of it we'll find all the necessary data for us to investigate. Great. So we'll go beyond. The task number 2 is going behind that. Suppose that the computer is not running, and you as an investigator have to extract the necessary files to load this hive in a different computer. So this hive mainly it is a file, it is a .dot file that would be found inside the computer, and this .dot file you just load it as a hive in a registry inside the computer where you are doing your analysis, you as an investigator. Yeah. So this data actually we have to find this user actually file, this user hive, this session entry, and then after we'll copy it to use it in a different computer to analyze it. Okay, where we find it actually we have a system directory which is mainly this is the default folder, C users default. Usually it is available in this location. I'm going to open it from scratch. Computer C drive, and C drive we have to find users. This is Windows directory for sure. So default, if you can see, it is hidden folder. So we have to let's say we have to visualize it. Okay. View. Then after we have to show the hidden folders. If I don't show, you'll not be able to see it. It's not that because it's system folder. It's a system entry. It's a secured one. So we have to display it, we have to to show it. In Windows 7 here actually I'm exploring the thing, show hidden files and folders, and then after untick hide protected, yes, enter yes, the system entries, enter okay. You'll find the default, and this is the default. When you open it, you'll find the list of the registered or recorded user dot files. The one we need is the one. This is the one. This is the current. This is the current actually user dot, and it is being used. Even if you wanna just cut it, you'll not be able. So I'm gonna copy it. I'm not gonna copy it actually. I'm gonna attach it to. I'm gonna copy it to a USB. I'm gonna copy it to somewhere, and then after I'm gonna use it in a different computer. So I'm gonna attach it to for now I'm gonna attach it to, I'm gonna send it to myself in email, so as if I'm whatever, I can copy it actually in somehow, use it in not cut, I'm gonna copy only because the cut will fail, and I'm gonna use it somewhere. So I'm gonna, for example, I'm gonna use it in this virtual machine. I'll try if it gets pasted. It is not, so I'm gonna paste it here in the normal computer, not in the virtual machine. Let's see if it has happened. Paste again. It is available, he's saying. It is available, so, but it is hidden. Here it is. Great. So I got it. It is hidden, and if it's not visible to you, the same way. So here, just for the options, and I'm gonna show the view, show the yes, the hidden files and resources, whatever. So I have it now visible. I have it visible to me. It is here. I'm gonna just read it in registry, but here actually in this computer still I'm in the domain only, in the Uniswell. I have to open it here in this virtual machine. So to do so, I have to either connect it through a USB or connect to email. I'll come back to my current computer. So I'm gonna attach it to an email here, whatever. I'm gonna say anti user dot investigations. So sorry, this is the topic, and here I'm gonna send it to myself. Okay, what it is, default. Here it is. I'm gonna attach it. Yes, here it is. Great. I'm gonna send it to myself. Has been sent. Now I go to my machine where I'm gonna just do my analysis now. Why I'm coming here? Because here I can actually have the full control. This is my machine where I'm doing my investigations. This is the machine I prepared. I can open my, I can download and open my registry and do whatever I want. Just waiting for the browser. Yes. Gmail. Yes, here it is. It is already available. I'm gonna download it. Okay, I'm gonna see the history. Here it is. Oh, open file. See, explore the content. Where it is. It is in downloads. It is in downloads. Oh, already I have another copy already, but I'm gonna use this one. The end user one. I'm going to use this one for today's analysis. What are the analysis? I have to just call that and open it in a registry. No more analysis. This is the registry. I'm going to open the regedit. Yes. And maximize my view. Okay, I just restored the default view. Okay. I need it to be displayed here. It is one of those entries here in order to read it later on. So here I click this one, then I just select the H key users. I have to highlight it. This is the one, this H key users, and then after load hive. The hive I'm going to load, it is the one we downloaded right now. This is the one, number one. It is from downloads only. It is the one. Highlight open. Give a name. I'm going to say investigation. Invest underscore today's date. Okay, 29/4/21. 29/4/21. Okay, great. Enter. Here it is. Investigation 29/4/21. I open it. So not this one. I open it. I find all the entries. See, all the entries that this user actually was. This is actually our entry from where we can do our analysis. I'll stop at this level. Because the analysis, what we are going to analyze and read, would be actually in the next practice.